Welcome back. If you have traveled through Weston lately, perhaps you have seen her. This is Jolantha, a very cute and well-dressed pig. She's the proud creation of parents Judy and Hans. And Hans is actually going to tell us the tale of Jolantha, which you will love to learn. But first, I want to reintroduce our guest host, Teddy, and his daddy, Tom. And I just learned that Teddy's grandfather or father was one of the winners of Westminster a couple of years ago. Fantabulous. We have a sort of a celebrity too here. Okay, guys. And of course, Jolantha is really a celebrity. This is such a wonderful story, Hans. And if you haven't been to Weston, you'll have to go past your house. Folks out there, your house. Because she is just adorable. How did you get started?
Well, we live in this old farmhouse, 200 years old farmhouse. And we heard the story from the people who lived there. There was this young farm boy whose name was Simeon, and Simeon was in love with this girl down the road. Her name was Abigail. But Abigail's father was very much against this 3 years old. He didn't like her, him very much. And furthermore, she had a very aggressive and violent big brother. So one day, Abigail and Simeon were smooching in the apple orchard when they were surprised by Abigail's brother. And he had a pitchfork in his hand. And Simeon just ran away, ran home, and he tried to find a place to hide it. He didn't know what to do. He ran to the stables, which, by the way, are now our studios. And he tried to find a place to hide, and he didn't know where to hide. And finally, he decided to jump into the pigsty because there was this fresh straw. And he climbed under the fresh straw to hide. And she felt pretty safe and hidden when suddenly the door was open, and Abigail's brother came in with a pitchfork, and he realized that his legs, her feet were still exposed. And he was ready to be impaled by this pitchfork. At that moment, something heavy sat on his feet. Ooh. And that was Jolantha, covering totally and saving him. So saving him and saving this love affair, they got married later on, sort of gave us the impromptu to celebrate this. And Jolantha is now the pig to celebrate love. Oh, and everybody after Jolantha, sort of the story got around, and people wanted their little piglets, and she was sort of known to be very lucky. People rubbed her nose, and now we have got these little piglets later on, which if you rub the nose, it's good for good, you're good luck.
I love it. It's such a great story, and I love the fact that you can get involved, and of course, again, people can actually come and see her.
Yes.
And the beauty is you dress her up,
for
right?
summer and so on, whatever it is, that was just one of these crazy ideas. We never intended it, but we just had a fun dressing her up. And when Christo had his big thing at Central Park, she, of course, needed to have her orange gate as well. And she became very popular. Of course, she had a website soon, and they're now all over America. I'm lecturing all over America, and I show these pictures now. Teachers and kids all over America now know about Jolantha, and she must be probably the most famous Connecticut pig. This was Valentine's Day, and
she's patriotic too.
Oh, very much so. Yes,
like she does.
Yes, she does. She gets very into it. Yes.
And I love the Halloween one.
And that was her birthday. That was her second birthday. And as a birthday gift, we did give her a website. Oh, it's Jolantha.com. So there are pictures on her and all their different outfits, and her stories in it, and etc. So that's the whole story.
And there she even gets a hogwash.
Oh, she gets a hogwash, yeah. Somebody said this whole thing is a hogwash. I said, well, great, this is a great idea, so let's make a hogwash out of it. And then, of course, we have got, on then Halloween, of course, she was just
and then you decided that she might have little babies. So, Judy, I know you have created some of these. You call them Yolies, and you've actually got some right here.
That's right. Mother's Day came along, and we said, everyone was asking us, will we make a pig for them? Will we make another Jolantha? And we cannot make a big Jolantha for everybody. Big. So I decided we'll make little ones and we'll put them out next to her. Well, they never got out there. They've just walked out of the studio. They've been adopted, and we can't keep up with the orders.
I love it. Let me see one of those. So you say you will make these for people.
Oh, yes.
So that they can, they're made to order?
Well, there's always some on the table, on my table, or there's some special ordered ones.
Sometimes for birthday and anniversary and so on, people order special ones.
And men, women, children, every age group.
And you can't buy them.
Loves.
Yeah, that's for good luck.
And you can adopt them.
You cannot buy them, you can only adopt them. They come with adoption papers.
That you can get.
Yes, and that's the only way.
And you guys are so artistic. And here you are making them here, so you both do that.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. And they're all signed. They have our Hans and Judy, the name on the bottom, and they're numbered. So they're a little bit of a collector's item. And some of them have clothes, some of them are just bright colors. they just appeal to everybody.
Oh, they're just lovely. And there's
really
the adoption agreement, so you have to be good to your baby, which of course you would want to be.
And give it plenty of sunshine and love.
And there's some of your customers. They're in the Harley. That's like Teddy on a Harley.
They adopted the whole Harley. This is the Harley.
I love that.
Your name is sort of
orders. For
terrific. And I also want to mention Hans is also an author, and he wrote this book. This is called I'll Always Love You. Hans wrote this book, and this has been a bestseller now for about 20 years. This is really just a wonderful book for anyone who has a pet, has had a pet, and it's about dealing with the loss of a pet.
Right.
It's very
Have this book before the pet dies, preferably.
Yeah.
Because the message is quite simply tell them I will love you, and you feel better when the animal, or even the loved one, it doesn't have to be an animal, moves on. I got this idea from Dr. Kübler-Ross when she was here in Norwalk, and she says people who grieve tremendously or mourn a little bit excessively are usually people who feel they have not verbalized I love you to the person or pet or whatever who parted. So say it now. And,
it's really beautiful. You can get this book on Amazon.com or also on Hans's website. How about the Yolis? Of course, again, you can go see the Yolis. You can see Jolantha in Weston. And you want to log on to the website there, www.jolantha.com, or on Hans's website once again, or we'll even have a link on our website because this is such a special story. We want to share it with all of you, and we want you to stop by their home, maybe not indoors, but in the studio, and rub a little Yoli. You too, Teddy. Stay tuned.